Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're running a modern service business right now, you already know that scaling, well, it isn't just about cramming more leads into the top of the funnel. It's really about how you handle them without dropping the ball, right? So today we're diving into a platform that is absolutely transforming this whole process. We're talking about Aventora's Client Growth Hub. I want you to think of this not just as another piece of software you have to manage, but as your ultimate AI growth operator. We're going to unpack exactly how this platform takes you all the way from that very first bit of prospect research right across the finish line to actual revenue-generating conversations. All right, let's just dive right into it. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of how it works, we've got to ask a pretty tough question. Honestly, how much does a single missed lead or even just a delayed follow-up really cost your business? In the service industry, dropping the ball just once can literally mean thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars in lost revenue. It is an expensive reality. I mean, you're spending all this time and money hunting for the right prospects, but if you can't qualify them fast and engage them before the competition swoops in, all that effort just goes down the drain. And you know what? That is exactly the massive headache the Client Growth Hub is built to cure. So who actually gets the most out of solving this problem? Well, the sweet spot is really high-value service businesses. We're talking about insurance brokerages, law firms, accounting and tax practices, high-ticket clinics, and B2B agencies. Basically, if you are running a specialized company where every single inbound prospect represents a significant chunk of revenue, and obviously where things like compliance and your brand reputation are absolutely crucial, then this platform was literally built with you in mind. Okay, so what is it exactly? At its core, the Client Growth Hub acts as your AI growth operator. It systematically hunts down qualified prospects, reviews all the evidence to make absolutely sure they're actually a good fit, imports them seamlessly right into your CRM, and then coordinates the outreach. It's like the ultimate bridge between discovering a lead and actually closing the deal. The whole idea here is to build and qualify your pipeline for you so your human team can just focus entirely on what they do best, which is building real relationships and closing those deals. Now, the true superpower of this platform really lies in this continuous step-by-step framework that we call the core growth loop. Honestly, you don't have to figure out how to duct tape together a dozen disconnected software modules anymore, because we all know that just leads to massive tool fatigue, right? Instead, you get this single, unified operating loop. It goes define, research, review, approve, import, and outreach. When you master this loop, you completely master your pipeline. So let's walk through exactly what each of these steps actually looks like in practice. Actually, right before we hit step one, I have to point out just how versatile this system is. Because with a super simple toggle, you can switch straight between businesses, which triggers this B2B deep research pipeline to find corporate decision makers, and contacts, which flips on B2C social listening to find real, everyday people showing buying intent online. So whether you are hunting down enterprise clients or you're looking for individuals asking for recommendations on social media, both of these workflows live perfectly side by side in the exact same workspace. It's pretty amazing. All right, so let's start at the very top of the funnel with step one, defining your campaign. And look, this isn't just about tossing in a few keywords and keeping your fingers crossed. You actually go through a guided interview to set really strict policy-driven guardrails. You establish your ideal customer profile, you lock in the exact geographies and channels, and you set vital constraints, things like budget limits and hard exclusions. The AI then takes all these rules and generates a highly structured research brief. So right from the jump, you are always in the driver's seat. Once those guardrails are set, the AI fires up step two, which is the research phase. And this completely eliminates that scary black box problem a lot of AI has. The platform uses this highly tunable signal catalog. By default, 45% of a prospect score is based on core ICP fit. 35% is based on actual buying intent, so things like a company recently hiring or maybe raising capital. And then 20% focuses on urgency signals, those act now triggers. So what you get isn't just some blindly scraped list of emails. It's a meticulously ranked pipeline of candidates who genuinely need your services right now. And to give you complete peace of mind while all this research is happening, the platform has this feature called Agent Runs. It means every single action the AI takes, every provider call it makes, every cost signal it triggers is totally visible to you. You can see the exact timestamps, the specific citations it used to qualify a prospect, and, this is huge, the exact reasoning if a prospect failed and got rejected. It's just total 100% transparency every step of the way. So, once the AI finishes all that heavy lifting, we roll right into step three, review. But it doesn't just hand you a name and a phone number and wish you luck. The system actually presents this beautifully structured evidence. You can easily inspect the company and person details, read the AI's exact pit reasoning, check out the urgency and priority scores, and review the hard qualification facts. Your human operators literally never have to guess why a lead is sitting in front of them because the proof is right there on the screen. It's a total lifesaver for SDR burnout for sure. And all of this really brings us to the core philosophy driving the entire Client Growth Hub. And it's this: AI proposes and humans decide. The AI is your absolute workhorse, your tireless researcher grinding away in the background to find and qualify leads. But it never makes the final call. There is absolutely no blind, automatic importing into your CRM. Because you are the human in the loop, you always retain ultimate final control over your pipeline and ultimately your brand's reputation. That philosophy really comes to life in step 4, which is the human-in-the-loop approval phase. Your operators just look at the AI's research and then simply reject the poor fits or approve the really strong candidates. It's that easy. And hey, what if the AI found a perfect company, but you realize you need a totally different decision maker? No problem at all. You can use these built-in enrichment panels. With native integrations for Perplexity and an optional Zoom Info add-on, you can just run on-demand data enrichment to grab missing phone numbers or emails right there from the review screen. You don't even have to open a new tab. It's such a massive time saver. All right, once you hit that approve button, we instantly move to step 5, seamless CRM import. Now, if your sales team is sick and tired of manual data entry, this is going to be a total game changer. With literally just one click, the system populates the built-in CRM for you. It flawlessly creates the organization, sets up the contact, generates the opportunity, and updates the timeline activity. And crucially, it manages all the metadata to make sure you don't get any duplicate records. In milliseconds, your entire sales pipeline is perfectly prepped and completely error-free. Finally, down at the bottom of the funnel, we hit step 6, outreach and automations. The Growth Hub is basically built to ensure no lead ever goes cold. You can easily just enroll your approved contacts into multi-step sequences with completely customized delays. The platform is packed with these powerful automation templates for following up on stalled opportunities, doing no response recovery, and even recovering missed calls. Plus, the whole shebang is tracked in a unified inbox. That means your team isn't wildly jumping between 5 different apps just to manage multi-channel threads. Now, to truly close this loop, the platform integrates super tightly with Aventura's Engagement Hub. This is where all that brilliant AI research actually turns into real, revenue-generating human conversations. You can engage your prospects via SMS and WhatsApp messaging, or run classic email outreach. You can even drop calendar booking links straight into your messages to get those meetings scheduled instantly. And if you happen to be running that B2C social listening workflow we talked about earlier, you get a dedicated social inbox to shoot approved replies directly back to consumers. Well, that brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. You've seen exactly how the Client Growth Hub takes you seamlessly from defining a really tight target all the way to booking a solid meeting right on your calendar. So I'm going to leave you with this. Are you ready to stop missing out on expensive leads and finally start mastering your growth loop? When you combine the just limitless scale of AI research with the critical judgment of a real human in the loop, the potential for your service business is honestly absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out and exploring this awesome platform with me today, and I really highly encourage you to go see it in action for yourself.